Hi everybody, it's me, Jordan Long here, and today I want to talk about, you ever notice that when you're in a hospital, you never really do get a good night's sleep, and I will explain why. During the day, you have tests run on you, the IVs in you, they're doing blood tests and other type of tests, and depending to what time it is, you always find yourself being woke up at different times. Oh, sorry about that. We gotta do a blood test. It's okay, go do the blood test. And the blood test always follows the original things. The wiping down of the area with a alcohol rub. The pumping of the needle or the syringe. The taking of the blood. Then the wiping down the area again. And then a piece of gauze and tape. And this will be repeated multiple times during your stay, but especially at night, you'll get bruised it up, you know. And just when you're going back to sleep, it happens again. Well, you're going to have to, excuse me, but you're going to have to drink this orange thing, concoction, and no matter how much you drink, there's always going to be some left at the bottom of the cup. Okay. And it always happens. Another thing is you're always wondering what's the best side to lay on. Because you got the IP in your arm in one hand, one point. You might have stuff on things, suction cups, I guess, or something on your chest, monitoring your breathing and your heart and all that other stuff. And you figure one side to move. Another thing is, Jordan says, since you're at the hospital, a lot of things you can and can't do, and you're relying on assistants to do so. That may include going to the bathroom, or if you happen to be in the unit where they don't have a restroom, using the urinal. And Jordan said, this is something else. You always find it kind of awkward, but nurses and assistant nurses have probably seen everything there is to see. But every time you try to go to sleep, that's when they have to do something else. Well, we gotta check your blood pressure now. Okay, Jordan said, no problem. And I get it. They're doing their job, and you can't fault them there. But the one thing is, Jordan said, where you can fault, not fault can never be given. But at the same time, Jordan says, then comes another. Now, nurses and nurse assistants may have more than one patient that they're assigned to oversee their care during their shift. So, Jordan said, sometimes you have to be patient when you push the thing down. When you push the thing down. The little thing on your remote control that has the word nurse beside the Mr. Yuck button and a couple other buttons. And they finally show up and you're like, can you please clean out my urinal for me? No problem. Now, Jordan said, comes another part. And this really doesn't have to do with sleeping. This really has to do with certain routines. Now, it's not like they know. I mean, there are routines that everybody goes through there, Jordan says. But it always seems to be not an inconvenience, but it always seems to be, right when you're going to sleep is when all the tests and all the other things have to be done. Another one, Jordan said, is when you ask for something and you find yourself. Jordan said, can I have some water to drink? No problem. Oh, well, thank you. The one thing, Jordan says, that if you ask for it, you're not going to get it at a hospital is a notebook, a notepad, or a composition book. But if you're lucky, you might get a pen or a pencil or some pieces of paper. All they can basically find. because all the notebooks, composition books, and notepads are being used for real serious things, you know. So what you get is what you get there. And Jordan said, another thing is that another routine is that if you're waiting for, I don't know, medication of some kind, like Jordan said, and then you try to go back to sleep and it's another round of, now we gotta listen to your heart now. Okay. That's the only part about being in a hospital. You never really seem to get enough sleep at night. You can get a lot of it during the day. No problem about that, depending to when the nurses make their rounds and when they gotta do their, things. But it always seems to be when you're trying to go to sleep, it seems to be whenever you need a blood test done. You either need to have some type of shot given, some type of medication delivered, or some type of thing. So, or that's about it. Or some troublesome calls of nature that would be easily remedied, but since you're hooked up to an IV pole, you have to find a way to use the urinal or ask for assistance using a restroom, if that unit has a restroom. If that room doesn't, then it's just a urinal. Now that's it for me. I'm Jordan Long, and I hope you enjoyed this video.